You can support In the Past Lane with a donation via Patreon or PayPal. Just go to inthepastlane.com and click on support. Thanks.
Whoa, hit the brakes. You've arrived at the #1 drive-by for American history. Welcome to The Pit Stop. Brought to you by In the Past Lane, the podcast about history and why it matters. Here's Edward T. O'Donnell, your host and historian at large.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to The Pit Stop, your Monday morning source for history on the go in just about 5 minutes. We offer this feature every Monday, in addition to our full feature episodes. Here's what happened in American history the week of October 22nd, 2018. Let's start with birthdays. October 22nd, 1920. That's the birthday of Dr. Timothy Leary, who was born in Springfield, Massachusetts. Leary was a famous psychologist, an advocate of research into psychedelic drugs, including LSD. He also graduated from the college where I teach, Holy Cross, in Worcester, Massachusetts. Timothy Leary uttered one of the famous lines of the 1960s. Turn on, tune in, drop out. October 22nd is also the birthday of co-founder of the Black Panther Party, Bobby Seale, who was born in 1936 in Liberty, Texas. Bobby Seale once said, "You can jail a revolutionary, but you cannot jail the revolution." October 23rd, 1925, that's the birthday of comedian and late-night host Johnny Carson, who was born in Corning, Iowa. Johnny Carson was the host of The Tonight Show for 30 years, from 1962 to 1992. Johnny Carson once said, "If life were fair, Elvis would be alive and all the impersonators would be dead." October 26th, 1697, that's the birthday of John Peter Zenger, who was born in Germany. He later emigrated to New York and became a publisher and printer. And in 1735, John Peter Zenger was the subject of a famous libel trial that played a major role in shaping American ideas about freedom of the press. And if you want to know more about John Peter Zenger, you can listen to In the Past Lane episode number 34. October 27th, 1858, that's the birthday of the 26th President of the United States, Theodore Roosevelt, who was born in New York City. October 27th is also the birthday of Emily Post, who was born in Baltimore, Maryland. In 1922, Emily Post published what became the book on American manners and etiquette, a book that's still in print. Emily Post once wrote, "Manners are a sensitive awareness of the feelings of others. If you have that awareness, you have good manners, no matter what fork you use." Okay, let's turn to events. October 22nd, 1962, that's when President John F. Kennedy gave a televised address in which he informed the American people that the Soviet Union was installing nuclear missiles on the island nation of Cuba. Kennedy's speech stunned the nation, and for the next 6 days, people worried that World War III was at hand. The crisis ended on October 28th, when the Soviet Union announced it was removing those missiles. October 26, 1825, the Erie Canal opened, connecting the Hudson River to Lake Erie. The Erie Canal was one of the greatest undertakings in American history, and the enormous economic benefit that it brought to New York triggered a canal-building craze that only ended in the 1840s with the advent of the railroad. October 27th, 1787, that's when the first issue of The Federalist was published. The Federalist Papers were written by John Jay, James Madison, and Alexander Hamilton, under the pseudonym Publius, and the goal was to promote the ratification of the United States Constitution. And October 28th, 1886, President Grover Cleveland presided over ceremonies that unveiled the Statue of Liberty for the first time. Originally, the Statue of Liberty had nothing to do with immigration, and if you want to learn how it became a symbol of immigration, you'll have to listen to In the Past Lane episode number 2. Okay, time for the last word. Let's give it to the 26th President of the United States, Theodore Roosevelt. In the history of mankind, many republics have risen, have flourished, for a less or greater time, and then have fallen because their citizens lost the power of governing themselves, and thereby of governing their state. And in no way has this loss of power been so often and so clearly shown as in the tendency to turn the government into a government primarily for the benefit of one class instead of a government for the benefit of the people as a whole. Okay, people, that's your history fix for the week. Now put it in drive and go make your own history.